Hi guys, today we're going to react to School Revolution by Voice of Baceprot. This is a Buy Me a Coffee request from Robert Pretorius. Thank you, Robert, for this request. We appreciate your support.
Thank you, Robert. We appreciate the support. This is a new band for us. I have not heard them before. I've heard of them and I've heard good things, but I've never had the pleasure of listening to their music. So let's find out.
Terlempar kepala dipaksa bisa sudah bermora digoda pinggang. Don't try to judge us now. 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 Di balik tembok isi kepala seakan digembok serasa domba disimpah hingga bongkok. Biasa tidak merdeka bersiap pada sabok atau dikatai.
Okay, nice to meet you, VoB. I don't know why I have not listened to their music as yet, but this is freaking amazing. It's not similar to in the way of the musical style, and it's not as heavy as, but they reminded me of the first time I heard System of a Down. Completely different bands, different styles, but there's something very other about them, kind of otherworldly. First of all, System of a Down sing entirely in English, so that wasn't the case of the language, but here the language gives it a different spin. It's a language that I've never heard sung before. Sounds interesting, and they also mix it with English, obviously, but their sound, I love the energy of it. I love the way it kind of lots of breaks and changes in there, and wow, talented.
Yeah.
I'm very curious about this group.
It's extremely engaging, very catchy. I love the lead vocalist's attitude, rage, anger, frustration. Then when they went into that slow part, you see that there's also a variety in it. If I would stumble across this song on the radio, I would not turn the station. I would listen throughout. A very awesome exposition and a great song so far.
Yeah, what you said about her voice, it has a punk attitude to it. It sounds like they have something to say, and I like that.
Cara paling indah tapi tak pernah berikan bukti apa-apa. Hanya seabruk acuraya sempurna di serapan menyisakan sejarah yang telah terlupakan. Don't try to judge us now. 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 Banyak orang hanya beradu bersaksi, saling tindas dengan alasan visi dan misi. Bukankan mimpi yang akhirnya jauh tercapai, terlebar samar dan akhirnya mulai pudar.
energy here. This band, they've got something going for them. I like that in some ways, I can't think of anyone else like them. Some of it probably has to do with the language and the way it sounds. It's got a very particular sound. It's very cool. But there's something about the way that they break down the song. There's a lot of sort of, I guess, mini gear shifts here that are interesting. Sounds great. I love it.
I also thought about the structure of the song. It's like they have section where they spend a lot of energy with the anger and frustration. I think it revolves around the subject matter as well. We'll talk about it in a little bit. And then the slower sections kind of had me thinking of exhaustion, that they're sick and tired of being in the state that they're in. The dissonance between the two parts is very pleasurable. It gives you more reasons to be engaged with the song. After a first listen, I think because it's so distinct, I agree with you. I can't really say I heard anybody else quite like them. I think if I were to hear a second song from VoB, I would recognize it's VoB after having listened to them only once, because they have so many identifying elements in their music.
As far as the difference that you're talking about, the parts of the song, it's almost like she spits out like a rap. It's like a machine gun. Like she shoots those words at you. And then when she goes into the choruses are in English and it's a lot more melodic. There have been bands who have done similar things like Red Hot Chili Peppers, even System of a Down and others. The sound of the language just sets them apart because it's got something going for it that is very, very cool.
Hanya orang berusia dapat bersahan, punya mimpi dan berani untuk mewujudkan. Bisa sukses tanpa haus kepada fisik, punya semangat dan fikiran yang pasti hasil. Don't try to judge us, no. 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 And my soul and my dreams my soul on the dark side, and I lose my
Noise.
Pretty. The song itself feels to be promoting against oppression, mainly of youth. Oppression of thought processes, maybe a rant against the education system in Indonesia, I don't know, but not just the music lets me think about that. It's the theme behind the music video also. You have mannequins there with their mouths covered and their eyes covered, and you have the word moral written on a chalkboard. There's something that they're protesting against that has to do with hurting the youth. And the fact that they are doing music like that, it feels to be out of place. It feels like they have broken that barrier and went and pursued their dreams, because dreams often get stifled in this world that they describe. And that's why I think that they're saying in the chorus, when they're saying don't try to judge us now, they're saying let us be who we want to be. So that's basically, I think, the general idea behind the song. It's very clear from the lyrics, and it's very well presented from the music and the visuals in the theme of the music video.
Yeah. It seems like it's very much a criticism of the school system or academia in Indonesia. It starts off, it's the morning, I will go to school running, dreams that I have no idea about being shoved into me. My head is bouncing around, being forced to be an intellectual. My conscience is forsaken, tempted by all the frenzy. It repeats that in different ways. Behind the wall, they'll put a lock on your thought. Thousands of dogmas pressed onto you, giving you a hunchback. So it's like bending you down. You can't really stand up straight, pretty much is what they're saying. Try to shout freedom. Someone will slap you or call you a name, or call you names. It's pretty much saying you can't speak up. You can't have your own ideas. It's all about controlling you and just force feeding you ideas and morals and trying to make sure that you don't have any of your own. And then the chorus itself says, and my soul is empty and my dream was dying. My soul falls in the dark side and I lose my life. So I think that's what they were facing. And like you said, they broke out of that and started getting maybe closer to what their dreams are about, which is probably becoming musicians and being in a band. And now that they are, they can sort of talk about that and express this feeling that they had, that their soul was empty. They felt like their dream was dying, but they managed to actually fight back. There was also one instance there when they said all they have is a list of codes that they never apply. So they basically give you a list of codes, but they don't do it themselves. So it's like all these rules that they try to force on you, they don't even follow them. So there's also hypocrisy within that sort of ruling system, even though it's just in school. I think it goes beyond. And it's just something that happens in a lot of places around the world to varying degrees. We're all aware that this exists and it sucks that it exists, but it's good that a lot of musicians, artists speak up about it and try to make a change.
It's when the design feels to be not to service the people in the countries, but to service those who rule it.
In the last verse, before they finish the chorus again, they say, only someone who can keep their focus will survive. Someone who have their own dream and carry it out. One who achieves success without giving up their ideals. They are passionate and think positively. So obviously they're talking about themselves and people like them who can hold on to their individual thought and manage to get away from this kind of oppression. It's kind of beautiful.
And the oppression trickles down into their own personalities, those who remain in an oppressed state. That's why they say only someone who can keep their focus will survive. It's not just avoiding outside limitations and doing things without permission so nobody will stop you or call you names. It's not just because of that. It's also freeing yourself from your own limitations after having your mind brainwashed for so long. So the process starts with you. That's when you have to keep focus. Yeah.
Perseverance and kind of keeping your eye on the prize and not letting it take you over. An interesting theme. It kind of brings back memories of stuff like The Wall, Pink Floyd, that kind of thing. Very well done. Musically, I just love the way they perform the song, the way the song is composed. They seem to be very skilled. I look forward to seeing them again, which I'm sure we will. Thank you, Robert Pretorius, for this awesome request and introducing us to VoB. Thank you very much. We appreciate the support.
Thanks, Robert Pretorius. We enjoyed reacting to this song very much. More like this would be much appreciated. We appreciate your support. If you enjoyed this episode, guys, please be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and click the little bell icon so you get notified on all our future videos. If you have a song in mind you'd like us to react to, please make it through BuyMeACoffee. The link is at the top of the description below. Thank you all for sticking with us. Thank you all for your time.
Thank you very much, guys. We appreciate all the support coming our way. Please keep it coming. We'll be back in a couple of days with a new episode, and we hope to see you all then. Thanks again, guys. Bye for now.
Bye, guys.